ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to tonight's performance of The Tragedy of Lucrece. Tonight's performance will run for approximately 2 hours with a 20-minute interval. Please take a moment to turn off your mobile phones, consider our trigger warning, and for our patrons' information, we do have a professional videographer taking the video of this performance tonight, but please refrain from taking personal photographs. Thank you for your support, and we hope you enjoy the show.
Shakespeare's begins with a prologue that not only pays homage to the patron of the arts, the Melbourne Fringe, but dedicates this work, humble as it is, to lovers of the arts and classical theatre in particular. The setting is 500 BC Rome. The play commences in an encampment during the siege of Ardea, where our heroes, Tarquin and Colantine, discourse on the relative virtue of wives. We are honoured to present you this rendition, and now, as they probably never said in the classics, let the show begin.
My wife's virtue is above suspicion, beyond questioning as our nature's secrets.
Oh, but women have their secrets too, that men will uncover at their peril.
At their peril? What's more perilous than war?
Women's secrets.
My Lucrece's virtue personified, like an ice statue untouched by flame. Only the heat I give can melt her.
I'll wager that all the wives of the men in this camp are bored or making merry, as we are here making war.
Well, not my Lucrece, she's only merry with me.
I'll wager that they are acid right now. Women appear shining on the surface, but do we men really know their depth? Flowers are on land, but does not Hades lurk below?
I know my Lucrece. Her depths are exposed. There are no hidden rooms. Her purity matches her beauty like a cool sparkling jewel that studs the door of heaven.
Studs? Are beauty and virtue then studded?
As a window to a white palace so that you see into its treasures.
A window where a thief may enter.
My Lucrece will not give up her jewel willingly.
We do not really know women.
Oh, nor men who talk of women's unknowability. You have not seen my wife, Tarquin, the fairest woman in all of Rome, and I, a lucky man to possess her. Why was I born so lucky? I often ask myself. I, who am rank as a rat, has been given this flower from heaven, plucked from a god's laurel. Fortune cradles me in her arms. Like a babe, she milks me with my Lucrece.
And so you suck greedily at her breast.
At my wife's?
No, at Fortune's.
My wife is my fortune. Her milk white breasts are my treasure.
And so you think this treasure belongs to you?
Oh, mine because I found it. Who else's? Let the prick dare.
Oh, I think women give the lie that they belong to us, and we believe them. For lies are as comforting as a woman's submissive body that lies on a bed, hours pretending to be.
Oh, my prince, you do not think much of them.
Oh, I think too much on them.
And I think too much of my Lucrece. You have not seen her, my prince. When your eyes light on her, they will meet with a vestal goodness and temperance as the coolness of dawn bathes the sun.
The sun is hot.
But she is cool by virtue.
I am virtually convinced. Your description has almost cracked my stubborn doubts. But you are a fond man, too fond. You think with your heart. We need eyes for proof that are closer to the brain, not heart thinking that is closer to the loins.
Well, I am certain of what my eyes have seen.
Yes, but your eyes do not see now. None of us can know what wives are doing while we are here at this camp. Our wives may be seeking pleasure, while we are here facing death. We do battle, while they bathe in the rock. We face the enemy, while they face an admirer, or a wooing poet, or an itching idle youth.
Other women, perhaps, but not my Lucrece. She is chaste, my prince. Idleness does not tease her with the shades of temptation.
She is chaste, you say, but have you proof? Remember, the pure snow melts with heat.
You would have proof.
That the eyes may see, they are not heady as the heart.
Let's wager then.
Done. In this idleness and love of the battle, let's go to Rome and spy on wives, that men's hearts are reassured by their eyes. I accept your wager.
When your eyes lie on my prince, they shall turn your doubting mind to faith and virtue.
I would wish some proof, but we shall see.
Did I not tell you? Was I not correct?
You were correct.
I was correct.
You were.
My prince, I have won the wager.
You have won and I have lost.
I'll blame my wife's virtue for your loss and my gain.
I would say it was your accurate judgment of her.
Well, then I must have a superior judgment. At least in regard to my wife.
You have, but not with all women.
Well, no one else matters to me but my Lucrece. She is all women to me.
I can see why. She is beautiful.
But virtuous.
Virtuous.
Modest.
And modest.
Welcoming and hospitable.
Hospitable, virtuous, beautiful.
Oh, Prince, did you not see her light up? As the morning shakes off the despondent night, her resplendent face emerging from her sighing shadow when she saw me, standing before her, as if I was the only thing left on earth worth longing for. All other men would have been to her thoughts, all other joys and pleasures conditional on my presence.
I did not comprehend so comprehensively, but I concede to you that she was alarmed to see you.
Alarmed?
I'm surprised, then.
But did you not observe her embraces, kisses?
Yes, but a woman's tokens. I concede to you that she was glad to see you.
What, and delighted to meet you, huh? A prince?
Yes, she took some pleasure in that.
But it was not pleasure, Prince. Delight and welcoming, yes, but pleasure is my domain. Oh, to think that the gods have granted me this pleasure, and that she belongs to me, my property exclusively, and that her faithfulness forbids her from contact with another man to make of me a laughable cuckold. Not that she would even dream of another man. I'm enough for her as life is enough of itself.
Enough!
Prince.
You are boiling over with yourself. I do not think that a man is ever enough for a woman. We are but part of their enoughs, which once filled, breed more not enoughs. They tire quickly of the familiar, and pine for what does not exist or exists and is not familiar.
But you saw my Lucrece, how she greeted me.
Respectfully, affectionately, but women hide their not enoughs. Did you not see how the other soldiers' wives were making merry, disporting themselves, carousing while we are here at war?
I did, but not Lucrece.
While we ourselves are at war with others, they are at peace without us. You saw that. Do not see all women through your eyes that appeared only for Lucrece. Observe what we saw of the others, the eager deception that squints in their eyes as they lie by their pools, in their itching boredom. Oh, they lie on their beds, on their bottoms, and spread their favours without too much familiarity or restraint when their secrecy is assured.
You generalize too unkindly and rashly. Women are petals, not thorns.
Both petals and thorns stem from our manured minds, and I have seen too many thorns prick the flower. Still, your Lucrece remains a flower unpricked by muddy nettles.
Prince, you are too stinging on that which should hearten you. What of love?
Love? A word, an idea that doesn't think, a shadow without sustenance fed to famished fools.
Have you ever loved?
I have loved no one but my sword.
Oh, you love steely then.
And war. I am infatuated with war.
Did you not love your mother?
My mother was a whore.
Prince, speak such of your mother.
Enough! We must stay vigilant for another enemy.
Yes, my prince.
His brain steams with his heated ego, cooking its conceit, and then serving it to his master, his prince. Ah! I've had a belly full of his idiocy. Let me throw it up. Not only had I to endure his taunts when leaving Rome, but he insults me here again now, to remind me of his triumph, his victory, his vain glory, as though winning over a prince could lend him unauthorized power. I was correct. Then I must have superior judgment. She belongs to me exclusively. Blame my wife's virtue for your loss. His wife's virtue, fidelity! Still, I must put up with the vain babble of inferiors. Otherwise, why am I a prince? Like a striding lion, I must disregard croaking frogs. A prince is a prince only in the struggle against his own ordinary impulses. Human foibles are to be warred against as much as Rome's enemies. And am I not a warrior, a leader? And yet, I am a man as well as a prince. Not as a prince, but as a man. I see her. Her great beauty, matched only by her modesty. Her white breasts, limbs, and what buttocks must lie underneath that garb. Her two great eyes that only add to inflame. I must see her soon. Now. To see her is to want her. Desire begets possessing. I noticed her eyes lingered on my medal. Then over mine, I'm certain of that. As certain as I am of my power to wear it. Delay is agony. I may die in this war. Now I will go to her. Let war wait.
Come to you, Lucrece, conquered by your sorcery. Temptation's power cannot be checked by duty. Lucrece! Lucrece!
Prince Tarquin.
I have further business and remain in Rome. I'll return to Ardea in the morning.
And where is my husband?
He is back at war, an impatient soldier. May I enter?
Oh, please do. I thought you both left last night.
Colantine did, but I had to see my father. Colantine wished that I visit you before I left.
Visit me?
Yes, to give you a prince's assurance.
Assurance?
Of his safety. That I will not put him in any danger.
This is kind of you, Prince. Your assurance is welcome, as you are good prince to my home, both as our king's son and my husband's friend.
It was an honor to meet you last night, Lucrece. May I call you Lucrece?
Yes. It was a strange surprise. My husband suddenly returning, what a joy. And with Rome's Prince Tarquin, a double joy. I thought the war over. I missed him, fearing his death. And missing now, I fear he will not return.
Colantine is a brave soldier, a captain of men. Good lady, he will return safely. I will do all to secure his return. Colantine and I are his brothers, and I do not wish to mourn him as one.
Oh, no, Prince, you speak as a brother. Your heart's sincere.
I cannot be but sincere to a kind, gentle, and, may I add, beautiful woman such as yourself. Colantine has told me so much about you. He has spoken endlessly of your beauty, but it was only after I had met you that had been surpassed by your hospitality and generosity.
You are too generous with your praise.
Well, the truer it is for having been bestowed on you.
Prince Tarquin, you have lifted my spirits. I have been brooding alone all these nights at my loom, spinning dread fancies of Colantine and war.
Lucrece, good wife of my friend, do not let dark thoughts gather in that sweet head. Do not darken that lovely brow. Colantine
Clementine will return safely. You are kind, gentle, and I am told, obedient to your good husband.
My husband is good to me, and I am loyal to him.
Ah, it pleases a prince to hear this. Rome is based on family closeness. Family is the rock of Rome. Let us praise family in marriage. Virtue is based on it.
And when will you marry, Prince?
When I meet someone as dear as you.
Your father does not urge you to marry.
He does. And I am hunting for a bride.
Hunting? Pursuing or wooing a woman is not a hunt.
No, nor a contest, nor conquest, but still a pursuit. A winged one, perhaps. Love will arrive, I'm sure, with time, and I shall no longer have to walk or sleep alone.
As I do now alone, with my husband away. Prince Tarquin, I pray that the gods will bring you your breakup so that you will not live alone, that you will know what Clementine and I share.
Would that I could share the same marital pleasures that Clementine now has.
Oh, you shall.
I must say I envy him a little that he has a virtuous and beautiful wife. A rare thing, that.
Not so virtuous. You flatter me without cause. Not so rare.
Well, I have reason to flatter you.
It's late, Prince Tarquin.
I am very tired. I must leave at dawn, and would you know, my horse has developed a limp. I cannot walk to my father's house at this late hour through this exhaustion and distance.
Well, remain here tonight, here with me.
With you? You are too kind, but no.
You are the prince and my husband's friend. I cannot send you off into the night. It is beginning to rain.
So it is.
Remain here. My Clementine would wish it. An honour to have a prince sleep in my home. I am alone and would welcome a prince's safety.
Good lady, I am almost a stranger.
No, a prince is not a stranger. A prince is a protector. As your kinsman, Clementine knows you as an honourable man. He would be angry to know that I did not offer you our hospitality.
You are correct. He would be. I do not wish to be the cause of any trouble, and I will accept your gracious hospitality and stay.
Prince Tarquin, there is a bed in the next chamber. Allow me to prepare it for you.
Please do, good lady. She desires, insists on my stay. All alone, not so virtuous, same marital pleasures. Is she not consenting? She is unresisting before my power, like a searing carnal heat that wilts a half-submissive flower. Now, I will go to her, to this glowing-skinned vestal, and with my burning torch, conquer her light. Bedroom or battlefield, to conquest the same is mine. Desire makes irrelevant the sight. Merciful thought cannot curb nor cleanse. A tiger possesses me, I am willed by another. Tarquin, I do not recognize you. But mercy is in heaven, not in this stony world. Tarquin, on the battlefield you despise mercy. Despise it now. And yet I cannot help you, Lucrece, as I cannot myself.
Outside, the rain lashes that would cool this lust. Dogs barking protest, knowing better than you. At least their bitch passively submits. Storm clouds drift, covering the stars' eyes. Winds bend trees in
If will, then Tarquin return to the battlefield. I care not. I am a prisoner now to my flesh and will, who finds more captivity in the appetite.
But Tarquin, Prince of Rome, what are you doing? What you want to possess nakedly will dispossess in naked gain. Martial arm, stripped, princely robes tattered in ragged reputation. Tarquin, prince, the gods have decreed for Rome order, peace, prosperity, civility. Will you rupture divinity, fracture the sacred vestal? Will you risk your name, kingship, kingdom, if this deed is discovered? Has your kingdom been seduced by the image of a thumb? A breast has more power than what you already possess? Reason. Reason. A flea's bite jeopardizes horse and rider. You, the rider, is unhorsed by a small, monstrous flea. Oh, reason, you are locked in the loins of a bolting horse. Tyranny of desire intoxicates with unreason.
But let reality drown, so that my fantasy may surface. No one will know. What is that noise? A door grating? Who enters? None but the last flutter of wind. Nature's feeble envoy pleading to the last. My darkness is not extinguishable. Like a chaste glove that pleads her innocence. A hand that would hold me back. There. Lie still, as she is now. As though by a needle lodged in a glove, I am pricked. Blood oozes like a virgin teardrop. She sleeps. Perhaps dreams of Colantine, my unknowing rival. To my nightmare she must awaken. Colantine must pay for his bragging insolence, his victory. Possession must submit to my right to her.
Tarquin, one final deference to the kneeling voice of reason. You are skirting the precipice of doom. Ruin!
I won't do this. This act will not go on. But this forbidden flesh swells the excitement. Her beauty useless, without feasting, taking, possessing. I'll dare audacity, yes, even my ruin. Tyranny of desire, have your way. Lucrece, Lucrece.
Prince Tarquin, is it already morning?
No, not morning, but deepest night.
Has something happened?
Nothing has happened.
Then why are you here?
I could not sleep.
Could not sleep.
I want to talk to you.
Prince Tarquin, it is very late. We can talk in the morning. Please go back to your bed.
No, I want to talk. I am your prince.
As Prince, I've welcomed you and given you shelter, but I am a little shocked.
Shocked? Why? Do you not trust your prince?
I trust you as Prince, and that was the spur to my hospitality, but I am startled.
Do you not trust your husband?
I do.
Then you must trust me, I being his kinsman.
I am tired and wish to go back to sleep.
No. Stay as you are. Talk to me.
Prince Tarquin, you are beginning to frighten me.
Oh, I would not do that. I would not wish to frighten you. Lucrece, trust me as your prince. Bar your husband, who else would mean you no harm but a Roman prince, the servant
you must, I will listen.
There's a good obedient woman.
We can talk until morning if we must. It'll be part of my hospitality to you.
Well spoken. You wish me to remain then?
Speak to me of your woes.
Then, as you want me to stay, listen.
May I get you some food and drink?
No. Stay as you are.
that I may feast on what's already here.
No, Prince.
You are a victim of your own beauty, do you not see?
I am no great beauty, but a plain wife.
No, Lucrece. Your submissiveness only strengthens temptation.
But speak to me of your family, speak to me of your life, speak to me of these.
Only you exist.
Oh, God, no.
Silence! No more words! Don't scream or call for help, or I'll damn you that you will be endlessly silent.
Think of what you do. Pity my fear.
Then pity my desire.
You are risking so much for so worthless a satisfaction.
You will betray me?
Stop now, and I will say nothing. It was but a horrible dream.
You will report this, you will tell.
Oh, no, yes, I shall tell Colin. Think of your royal blood, of your reputation. With this dreadful deed, you blacken not only your soul, but the stain shall spread like blood to sully your family. Think hard, you exile yourself as prince. Let the prince return. But the better half of you made the decision. You're in the grip of some beast of primaries and cats of you.
Reason to me now is what noise is to the deaf, what colour is to the blind.
Mercy, husband.
Oh, don't beg! Oh, yes, beg, beg! You shall find enjoyment. I know that you secretly desire me. A prince? I saw it in your eyes when we first met, in what your words imply.
I know what you say.
Silence! And struggle no more! I am beyond the counsels of conscience. Yes, dare damnation itself.
Has morning arrived? Or is it still night? This is my room. No, it is not my room. I remember. There was a beast here. There was a beast here, my Lord Prince. It happened, Lucrece. It happened. What terrible thing happened? Oh God, that I let him in! The terrible thing has left, and you will not let him in again. Not let him in. Not ever again. Not enter again. Stop shaking, Lucrece. Stop trembling. He will not come back again. You will not let him in again. Not again.
My lady?
Who's there? Oh God, it could not be him.
My lady? My lady? It is Bianca.
Bianca. confront the ghosts of memory. My sight darkens with a black star. A new sun eclipses with the dread of the possible.
Nothing but groundless fear. I am here. I am real. Why, you tremble. Dispel these unlikely images of troubled sleep. Come. Come, together let us clean the house. A little cleaning will make you forget the murky visitations of a dream.
If I could clean this body like a house and scrub memory of its filth. We dragged into it, dipped in what waters? I could soak up all of the tiger of seal and wash away one spot, one ingrained memory.
Oh, my lady, you are not well. Can a dream bring such a change? It cannot be. Come lie in your chamber.
No! That's where someone died.
No, lady, no, you live. No one has died. It is but the after effects of your nightmare.
Then, did I dream it? I did dream it. No.
I will fetch a doctor. Stay, I will bring a doctor.
No doctor has the power to undo what has passed. Go. Send a messenger to fetch my husband instead. It is seriously serious. And my father, fetch my father!
Oh, lady, stay calm. It cannot be as bad as you say. Stay calm. Oh, how you tremble.
Oh God, please don't let him come back again! Why did I let him in? Ask him to stay! His horse had a bad leg, Lucrece. And he was the prince, your husband's friend. You would have angered your husband had you sent him away. But now, you are safe. Now, you are truly alone. I'm cold. Stop shaking. Dirty. Dirty! If I could clean this stain, if my soul could clean this body, clean these limbs! And the morning light could bathe me. Fear light wouldn't wish to touch me now. Hades has come, and the gods are banished. Evil exhales its miasma before my once bright eyes.
Lucrece! 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 Why have you sent to me with such urgency that I should have set the battle which even now is poised like a minotaur on a dagger's edge ready for slaughter? Dear wife, only a death in the family could issue such a summons, or else is war but a child trifling with the wings of flies. Silent as peace. What has happened? Speak.
Shut and bolt the door of my house, so that the world's stony heart may no longer find an entrance. You have come to a different battle, where there is but one casualty. Shut and bolt the door. Lucrece shall no longer venture out.
What are you saying? Speak, but not in riddles. I command you as your husband to answer me.
You command me.
Only answer me. Your face, pale as a ghost, makes me fear more than the thirsty, blood-gorged enemy. Your darkened eyes, just recently glimpses of sunlight, now seem but the dark hollows of a skull.
returned, leaving my battle post to hear this? I am no more? Is this a game? I shall call for a physician to attend you and then return to the battle.
No, no physician. I have my own medicine that in time will minister. Only don't leave me.
Then talk to me. What could be so terrible? What secret could there be in the core of your heart?
My dear Colentine, I have wronged you terribly.
Wronged me? But how? Sweet, sweet wife, could sunlight wrong itself or anything it kisses?
Only it does not kiss the night's veiled face. Night that welcomes not morning, but hides its bruised cheek where calamity stalks on ravished, unyielding limbs now covered with ever-seeping shame and the blushing dark.
Why talk of unyielding limbs and shame? No more half explanations that tease the sharp edge of torment. Now tell all. There is a serpent creeping over my flesh about to fang my heart.
The serpent did enter this house in the night.
Lucrece, what do you say?
I have said it, and have little more to say than that. I was entered by a fiend. Your wife is no more chaste. She was abused. Let shame triumph with its black flag. What you see is not Lucrece, but the tattered spoils of a sovereign enemy.
Oh, gods, no.
Scorn the gods to reject them for their indifference to innocence. Protectors who serenely watched my helplessness.
It cannot be.
It is and will be nothing else.
For such sacrilege there is no shelter.
Forevermore unroofed is my head for hail and lightning to enter.
Lucrece, Lucrece, be calm, dear wife, be calm.
I was not faithless, Valentine, not faithless, but fought with all the weaponry of words. But weak arms could do nothing.
Who did this to you? Give me his name that I may carve vengeance on my soul and the tiger's tooth.
You would not wish to know, and having heard, wished I had not spoken his name. A friend before this deed.
His name?
The son of a king.
Oh, mercy of gods, no.
Friend and fiend wrapped in a pall of flesh.
Tarquin?
Sextus Tarquin.
What am I hearing?
The name of your friend, prince and kinsman.
No vague despair could rival this stabbing shot so pointed with calamity. How did this happen? Tell me how this happened, O trembling sparrow.
He returned without you, and I, a fool of trust, welcomed him. He asked to remain the night.
Asked to stay, or did you offer?
And I agreed, being the prince and your friend, gave him a bed. The next I knew, I awoke. I pleaded with all the protestations of virtue and honor, but he was resolved on ruin, locked into an arousal that the more I protested, the more it grew, like temptation's flower being watered by fire.
Are you certain of what he did?
As certain as you are my husband.
Oh, then the highest is the lowest in infamy! Oh, dog! Dog, no! Not worthy to be pissed on by a cur! A prince! A prince of whorish appetite! Damn dog! He raped you?
Am I to be reminded?
Lucrece.
I have wronged you, honor, reputation, shame, once it is known.
No, it were better that you had been faithless and a victim of this ruinous crime.
So I am ruined.
We knew you were not.
I'm your dishonor, shame, and mine.
You were still my wife.
Something soiled to be hidden like a bad reputation.
She was still my
That
life.
Tarquin took from me.
He only stained your body, not your mind.
But it is my mind that he now overshadows. His bodily assault, but a pinprick, but a small opening that rents and tears the unstoppable flood of memory.
You shall be healed.
If vengeance can cure this, I stew in that which cannot be undone.
I shall avenge this crime.
And what shall you do? Kill a prince? Report this to the king? Tarquin has dispossessed us both of will and justice.
I shall think of a way. But first I must know the facts.
The facts? The gods drop them upon you like coals of fire.
From you, not the gods.
Moments ago you were prepared to carve vengeance on your sword. Rank and subordination turns us into toothless pups. Tarquin defiles me with impunity. My rage, like a river, bends and turns upon itself, while he sits by the fountain's Tiber.
There will be justice. The dead shall avenge you even if I cannot.
The living will not, or cannot. Why did I let him in? Why?
Yes, tell me why.
Our room's hospitality for our prince.
But why ask him to stay the night? This was inviting the potential ills left on night's doorstep.
I did this for you.
For me? I would not have had him alone with you.
I thought a prince harmless, softened by nobility.
Rank by its own name is not noble, but often rank.
I thought him without malice or crime.
After he entered, you spoke. Did you signal or encourage the untoward flattery?
You doubt me.
No, but I must have reason and cause.
You do doubt me. I am a woman alone. Nothing can or will be done when even a husband abandons a wife.
I could avenge you if you threw me the rope.
More rope to hang me with as your doubt has already judged me.
Do you want?
Do not come near as your touchment freezes as another Tarquin!
Another Tarquin? Do not flatter the feet. What would you have me do?
Nothing. Nothing you can do when revenge is minced by the jaws of power.
Then perhaps, for now, we must tread carefully in this. Silence is the course for now.
Silence. I am an unheard scream. Does anyone hear?
Our reputations are not questioned. The good name of this house, your modesty and virtue would not be tainted by suspicion.
Let all Roman eyes pry. They would find me spotless.
A woman in this society seems to eyes already spotted with a seductive flesh at stake. Hear me out! In a furtive glance, a wayward word, a signaling limb or tilt of the head, would men find the cause for the enticement. Society would suspect beyond the truth. Suspicion would tangle with fact. Who would be believed? This is no simple accusation. You would be assessed not by your word or reputation, but by your bait. Did her veiled limb bend to her secret desire? Did her breast cupped alluringly offer him drink? In the intercourse between fact and fantasy, reason is seduced, and you, a disempowered woman, would incur discredit. By inviting him in, some would say you invited sanction. Did you not see? Our fame and reputation would be tripped by the unsupported facts. The accuser becomes the double victim when fantastical versions are whipped up in the lashings of public conjecture to visit and shake the foundations of this house.
You don't believe me.
I believe you more than I believe in myself. But the mask of society is loath to look on its unmasked face.
Leave me alone.
Do you believe what I said, what I've said, what I say?
Belief is irrelevant when nothing can be done, when innocent skirts the knife's edge of society's cutting comment.
Leave this to the gods for now. We can do little. Fate only mocks us if we but accuse. Revenge must be tempered with reason when circumstances disarm us. If it must be, let the gods determine his guilt and punishment.
And determine mine.
You are guiltless. You are absolved by non-intent.
But suspicion will not absolve me.
There is no suspicion. Not on my part.
None, husband.
None.
Then is Lucrece innocent?
Rest now. We will speak later. Rest.
You raped her.
So she says, Brutus. Violated her.
Raped her. Use the cruel word, but not go soft on him.
So she says. But what proof have I?
Your wife's word.
Can I trust that? A woman's word.
Your wife's.
But a woman first. She may be lying to herself that she believes she's telling the truth, that she's harbouring her own secret part in this.
I think Tarquin became the wolf, an animal force as befits his power lust.
Can she the vixen perhaps, as befits the wiles of woman?
Your wife was pure, is pure, and faithfully your possession.
Would that I could be sure.
You doubt.
She invited him into our house
Hospitality.
and offered him lodging for the night. This is suspicion that gnaws at hospitality.
An error of judgment. Trust her word.
Tarquin did say, does Hades not lie beneath flowers? How can I be sure he's not correct? And did further say, women have secrets that men uncover at their peril. Or perhaps hers are yet to be uncovered. This is what trips a motive to revenge, withers the will. I am manacled by doubts.
Believe what she says. Tarquin is but a tyrant and a thief. His father took Rome by force, a political violation on the body of Rome, as his son violated your wife. And what have we without consent? But licentious taking when the wind flies and the arbitrary wind? Property, in both cases, is at stake. Superbus lays siege to Rome, and his son lays siege to your wife.
These are arguments, not proof of Tarquin's guilt.
Her grief and word would be proof enough. We must inform the Roman people as pity would instruct, not the king, for he would likely rebuke his own son to stifle outrage and preserve his own line.
But I am poorly convinced.
Then richly convince yourself. Use this chance that is rarely given by niggard fortune to usurp these tyrants and let Rome be governed with the consent that was denied to your Lucrece.
Destroy the tyrants.
Convince the people, and outrage arises one swelling breath to infect them. The sickness of tyranny cured by the aroused fever of the people.
You would rape her again with your power politics. You would use her as a pawn in your maneuvers of power when she may have been the enticer? What if she shares the guilt? Then Tarquin's guilt is equivocal and the charge is lame. And people will ask, why did she allow him to stay the night? Tarquin will deny the charge or say that she consented, that she offered herself. Disgrace would fall on me.
People would believe a woman of feigned virtue.
Virtuous? How can I be certain?
Pretend certainty in the case there is none. Topple the rider when riding the doubt. It matters not when the body of Rome is at stake. Tarquin Superbus took Rome without consent, violated her sacred parts. Lucrece's dishonor would retrieve the honor of the state. This opportunity fawns on the heels of expediency. Let's seize it now.
Is her rape a thing to be exploited? Is misery too to be manipulated by the puppetry of your power play?
When honor is at stake, and Rome in peril of tyranny, possession by lustful beasts soiling both land and wives, Lucrece must declare this crime. Let the people judge. The gods will give them voice, but only if Lucrece gives hers.
Was it my bragging or her invitation that thrust him into infamy and her into despair? And me, to parry with the issue of both.
Of the cause both infamy and despair do not care. Let manliness now fulfill what equivocation might unwill. Your wife is not a whore, and neither is Rome. Citizens! The Tarquins have taken at their pleasure and trivialized your liberty. They burden you with heavy taxes. You, suffering commoners, were forced at a whim to labor in ditches and sewers with the rats. You, Roman men, formerly soldiers and proud of your conquests, have been robbed of your swords and compensation and turned into grumbling stonecutters. Martial shields dissolved, cut to servitude. Just laws have been revoked. Assemblies are abolished. The gods themselves interfered with when religious rites and sacrifices were ruthlessly curtailed. And now, the king of the jungle roars lawlessly, as does his pampered cub. Has Rome come to this? Beggarly citizens weakened at the knees, before an imaginary colossus, before the must grip your servile necks and strangle freedom. Freedom! Freedom!
Nightingale, sweet bird of evening, do you sing and whisper consolation? Do you, dear, wicked spirit, come to comfort? My soul you sang to trees, rivers, and lakes. In your wondrous flight of wings, I became your sister. Now bear my tears as dew on sisterly flowers, to spread my pain. It is too heavy. Uncontrolled, power-poisoned man loots, slashes, and scars the modest face of nature too, since once I was her fair reflection.
Lucrece, daughter, why so distressed?
Father,
Come. This is not the cheerful daughter I knew. What has brought you to this broken state?
I dare not utter the cause.
But you must if you have been cured. Come, reveal it to me.
You will not rebuke me, abandon me,
No, but to restore you, to mend what is broken.
restore me, and you will remain a father.
Why could I be anything else but a loving father? It'd be like hanging off my own limb that I found limping.
Then hear me, as the gods are my witness. I have been wronged beyond all measure.
Wrong? By whom?
I yielded, unwillingly.
Yielded what to whom? Money? Favor? Or what did you yield?
Unwillingly.
You bring will into this? There's no will. Then you are not responsible for whatever matter is vanity.
I was taken, abused,
What is this?
raped.
The word fall like a drop of molten lead on my heart. Oh, daughter, my dear child,
Dear father,
who did this to you?
the prince.
Rotten.
I fear Valentine does not believe me.
Let procreation perish when an offspring can be cut down by the very organ that brought it into existence. Tarquin abused you.
You believe me, father, if not you, who?
I believe, but can this be?
Then convince my husband.
Oh, dear child, he does not need convincing. True is your word.
Am I to blame? Am I to blame? He forced himself upon my weakness.
Weakness?
I, the prey to his cunning.
It's this belief that staggers before the truth. Call back the time before this knowledge, for I'm no longer the man that entered here, but a dark guest. Call back yesterday, for now both our minds gorge on grief. Oh, Lucrece, my daughter. Child. Collatine. One must enter here as one would enter a house of mourning, my daughter. Why shockingly taken?
Taken and justice not yet given.
Oh, that depraved villain, for this he must pay.
He will pay the price for this somehow.
If this is true, and I doubt it not, then death must be the penalty. For nothing so torments as an innocent thing to suffer while the perpetrator lives well and callously indifferent to the injury inflicted.
Lives royally well, his indifference protected by his high office. Who will accuse or bring him down, a prince?
He's lost that title by this act.
Collatine, what do you say? Are you one with my father?
Your father has spoken my thoughts, that though limp with shock will stride with unstoppable vengeance.
Then, father, husband, avenge my honor.
This is a blow that must be struck at with double injury, triple spite. Let death do the honor when goodness is so savagely wrong that vile lust. He must pay for this. Revenge must perform
be sure with slippery desire. Her version smells fishy.
Cannot be sure. Fishy! She's your wife, a guileless mermaid who's beguiled.
A human being. An unknown ocean.
Equivocating fool, why do you hesitate?
I must be certain.
She has told you the truth.
Then why did she invite him in? Why?
She's hospitable.
And asked him to stay the night?
She's too kind or too stupid.
No, not stupid, but unkind to me. She insulted me and offended me deeply with such kindness.
She thought the prince your faithful friend.
There is no faithful friend that can withstand a shapely thigh or lifted breast. Too late that I learned this arch lesson. It started as a game. A wager.
I grant you your injury. She misjudged beyond the trappings of prudence. Her intent was honourable.
Honourable? Or perhaps it was his privilege and position a worthy irresistible allure.
Sacrilegious
I'll spew with your bile, facts still remain. We cannot take revenge on a man, a prince at that, if she was consensual. Oh, even without realising it.
Dark thought. Crippling now. Now you have me probing the unthinkable.
Let anger give way to cool assessment.
That she could have encouraged him?
Without being aware. There are acts that breed in the contagion of ignorance, whose poisons are known only after their effects. This too that I learned too late.
Cannot be. Cannot be!
Now, there are stranger things in the rotten parts of Rome. Wives who play the whore while their husbands are in the mud of war.
My Lucrece? Complicit?
We must go to the king and speak to him of this.
Go to Tarquin Superbus? Allow him to judge his own blood?
We have no choice but to trust in the nobility of kingship.
Nobility, but
When he hears of this crime, disgust will overcome the favoritism of blood. He must interrogate his son and draw from him the truth as a sword draws blood. Or the outrage of the people will force his conscience.
Tarquin Sextus will not admit his own baseness.
His shame will corner him. His conscience will be a crouching leopard ready to spring in his throat.
The rotten have a dissembling conscience, a showy pretense of integrity.
His stony father will carve one, as the king rules with a chiseling hand. Disgust will harden it further, or we shall go to the people. This must be said. This scandal must move him to act. He will sacrifice the prince to save his rule, appease the people. His ignoble survival will usher in noble justice.
And this is Roman nobility. There's more dejection in this than the prospect of death. Oh. I will not believe it should have come from her own mouth.
Let us go to the king and test his justice.
You accuse my son of so vile an act. This is true, that I had not brought such a child into Rome to nurture such a monstrous disgrace.
I have a daughter, and now we have both fathered in disgrace, and each of us must deal with it in our own filial disgust. When Roman respect was not observed, but went the way of the wolf.
I hear you, Lucius, with sorrow. You will have justice.
Thus does a king serve his people with the fruits of fairness, though his own branch should be cut down.
If it be proven. Proven? I cannot dispense justice without proof. And in the case of my son, I must be sure. For my heart weighs so heavily in this, the scales of justice could not measure it. My own son, accused of such a heinous act. This is beyond a father's forgiveness. But I cannot understand why he would do such a thing.
My daughter is the victim here. If King Tarquin does not bring this horrid deed that is nailed to the wailing wind, reviling nature by its unnatural assault, if King Tarquin does not execute justice, if proven, does not do what a just king must do, then we must go to the people, and let them hear what a king sets his ears and will against. The people will judge and pass sentence.
I will execute justice, if justified. This is where power meets a fork in the road.
If I take one path, I make crooked the other. If I condemn my son, I condemn my blood, and perhaps my crown. If the crime is proven, then I, as executioner, cut off my own limb. But if I cover up this crime, no king am I, smothering right action when a king should be just. The road is a snake's double tongue. Either path bitter and venomous, and both bite with equal sharp tooth, as is the nature of lust and its whore, power. Why? Why did you do this? You enter her home, a virtuous Roman lady, and repay hospitality with cunning crime. You have not only polluted her, you have polluted the name of Tarquin. Speak! Answer me, you shameless deformity of a man! You miserable, dog-sniffing bitch! How dare you! Why her, when you could have had any woman in Rome? With their consent. Deny it not, she would not have accused so lightly over such a heavy offence. If it be an offence, the accusation has another face not yet brought to light, another aspect that, when weighed, lightens the charge, absolves me of any guilt. Why her? You are right, but why rape her when I could have had others? There's the argument. Why take when I could choose? Sought after by women like bees seeking a flower, I, prince. But she was not easy. The queen bee who would not submit to the prince's sting. Are you saying she accuses you falsely? Accuses me wrongly, not falsely. I admit that I had relations with her, but it was as forced as a bitch in the street is forced to receive it. She did not resist you. Let's say that her consent to it was prepared from the moment I entered her house. What are you saying? That I am a prince with royal faults is certain. A man cut deep with human flaws, that's certain. A male riddled with base enigmas, who manfully struggles against them, out of shame, self-respect, and a perception of virtue, as does one who can call oneself human. But, and this is the kernel of my argument, I am no beast that preys on the weak and the innocent. No beast am I. I am an honourable soldier. I even give the enemy a chance to surrender out of martial respect. An honourable soldier with a dishonourable dagger of flesh. Then why does she accuse you if she consented? To lessen her own guilt, to bring me down, to bring the house of Tarquin down. Bring down the house of Tarquin. She is trying to defile us. This is political rape. Conspiracy bristles with many, many raised daggers, or pricks. Oh, gods, are we the injured party here? Father, I have done nothing wrong. You say that with a straight face. Because it is the truth. I am the victim here of my instincts. Both Lucrece's and my instincts the same. Hers supple and contained. Mine, nature has cursed me to
inviting me inside, being hospitable to a fault, ogling me with the sidelong warm eye of desire. These were her seductive tools. She asked me to stay the night. Stay the night. What manner of woman, who did not have her heated crack set on seduction, would set such an agreeable night's agenda?
Her fame throughout Rome was that of a good and virtuous woman, modest and without blemish.
These are but surface shine, her unspoken heat below. She would not directly ask to be seduced. She consented indirectly. The mouth does not fully reveal the unspeakable want of those fired lips. Her husband away for so long.
You have brought her low to a baseness that would shock Rome.
I have brought you and Rome to the truth. This is a plot to undo us. Oh, I am a prince of civic restraint, but when a woman asks for another duty to be done, then I give my ruling manhood the unruly mount. Therefore, do not accuse me of such a damnable crime. I responded rightly to her wrong desire. She did not finally resist. She consented. Or she would not have let me in, or have me stay the night. I have said all.
I believe in as much as I believe the Tiber will dry up overnight, or that all its waters will be contained in a nutshell. But I know that such a crime could bring down the crowd. I know his insolence, his brutal disregard, for in him I see my own youth, now tamed by age and misery. The son cannot fool the father who planted the seed. Lucrece, this disgraceful matter must be resolved.
Disgraceful is too kind a word. Would that such a kindness extend to my grievous wrong?
I do not offer you kindness, I offer you justice, but I must know the facts.
The facts were given to you by my father and husband.
As hard as it is, I want them directly from you.
He raped me. These are the facts. When all I offered was a night's shelter. These are the facts. He was the prince and my husband's friend. My only crime was to offer hospitality. And if this be a crime, then chaos is the mother of all. These are the facts. I have nothing left to say. What does your son say? In my eyes, no longer a prince.
Whatever he says is irrelevant. It's what you say.
He does not admit to the crime. Oh, I admit to that which cannot be proven. Oh, in these days I have seen a dark horror when my innocence blinded me. These black chains no light can dissolve.
I would give you comfort.
Then arrest him and put him in the same black chains.
I need proof.
My word is proof.
You let him in.
Grave mistake.
Why didn't you ask him to leave?
Grievous oversight.
You still had control of the outcome, but chose otherwise. Did you entice him?
Is he saying I encourage such a fiend?
Indirectly. Ambiguity invites the unexpected.
God, can this be? Are these the shapes of malignant fate? I am outnumbered, but not outwilled.
Are you certain you did not secretly design?
Both of you be damned!
This is a conspiracy of royal blood, not to seek, but to hide the truth.
In any deed there is an ambiguity that cannot ensure certainty. You may have wanted him there to overpower. That excites some. I do not know. He took your signals for sanction. He may have raped you outright. I do not know. But let this go! Let this go! We do not know ourselves. But I pardon you.
Pardon me! You pardon me! Power pardons itself. This is the privilege of tyranny.
I pardon you for something you may grave mischief of accusation, when you may not even fathom its origins, I give you forgiveness to stop your pain.
Pardon and forgiveness, doubly abused, richly redressed by the cloak of power that would never make any difference. I have no protest left in me. I can now talk to a king as I would talk to a beggar, both of equal meaning when life is meaningless, though I am less than a beggar. There's no justice here in this man. A man first, a father, then a king, whose blood colours his one-eyed deliberation. There's no power left in the state of Rome to beseech, to implore. This is tyranny's answer. A divided husband, a frail father, both will not believe. My stabbing pain will convince no one, is not proof enough. And though all the world should scream the crime, none could hear it. And they doubt me, sowing in me seeds of complicity to reap in me more guilt. There is already enough. Must they lower me deeper into this bottomless pain? Alone, and powerless. But this I can possess, alone with this instrument. Would that his knife had entered me instead, then I would not receive his seed, nor usher or usher in his rapacious progeny. I'll devise a way to repossess myself. When by everyone ignored and dispossessed, I'll take such a crippled stand by reclaiming my body and my life.
I see her differently now. In a dark light. I do not know her as before, nor myself. Repelled and yet still desiring her perversely more. Passion can be rekindled by a probable whore. Her virtue is dubious, and yet this makes her strangely more alluring. Perhaps she enjoys protesting and being forced into aroused submission. Desire is a bitch, but secretly strays in whatever direction it sniffs. Who can know the side streets, gutters, the perfumed entrails of the flesh? Pain, humiliation, all the foul is where desire is sometimes rooted, or the seabed from which bizarre or forbidden pleasures sprout in twisted tendrils from the dirt. For weeks I have not touched her tainted body. Is desire any baser for hungering in this way? It does not ask why or what arouses. It is its own unconstrained, lawless love. Perhaps we are both possessed by illicit fantasies. Legitimate in a marriage, that might restore her again. Normalizing us by abnormal acts, willingly enforced. Lucrece? Are you asleep, Lucrece?
I cannot sleep, cannot.
You must return to life.
Let me be.
Let you be? Must I force you back to life, to sanity?
Do you not understand?
I only know that your neglect of me cannot go on. I am wilting with so much desire. Perhaps it is pity I feel for you, I know not.
Pity? Pity? You pity yourself, not me. Am I your pillaged slut now? Are you aroused by filth?
I am your husband.
Leave me, don't touch me, don't you dare!
Do you resist your own husband? Are you not my lawful wife? I am not that lawless stranger.
I can endure it no longer.
As I cannot and will not. I will restore you to what is
my depths to put an end to this hell. There's cunning in your torment. Now you plunder my conscience and loot the ruins of my mind. Have you not raped and pillaged enough? Look to yourself, Lucrece. What secret, dark desire made me stay? Let in thrilling danger. Let your limbs grow bold and moist in expectation. We itched equally, did we not? You came unannounced, but not unwelcomed. Would you stain my royal blood with your groundless accusations? I trusted you. You should have trusted yourself, Lucrece. Desire deeper than surface reason. A subtle, irresistible swelling that cracks between limbs. Sudden, unexpected, beyond our knowing. Stop! Stop! Does the blasted flowering meadow know when the rising lava will have its way? I did not lust for you, not for the image of a prince, a volcano among men. Oh gods, I could not have consented. A helpless surrender. Face yourself, Lucrece. Look long and deep to that part where desire casts out the other. No. No! Face your shadow, Lucrece. Oh, shadow!
Time is ripe for rotten fruits to fall, to shake the branch with destiny's hand. True or not, a woman's vile rape will make the moment pregnant, so that a new body politic will be born. Her flesh, secretly abused and publicly exposed, will make the time fertile for Tarquin's own spilt seed, and coiling nettles will grow to strangle the soiled tyrants. Therefore, I will seize the auspicious moment that the gods too rarely grant, and by dirt make a virtue of vice. King Tarquin will pay the price for what his son did steal, and Lucrece, raped or not, innocent or not, whets the appetite of Rome's founding suckling she-wolf.
My lady is still asleep. So much
be a grieving wound, for her own wound is silent and begging to be heard. To her ghostly cries I will give tongue. Romans, look here at her dry blood that has become her tears. This gash, a bloodshot eye, pleading with you all, gaping at you, crying for justice. Her disconsolate ghost brushes past each ear that she would be avenged. Look! Look at this lifeless body, so sacrilegiously entered as a pure temple by a cunning thief. This noble woman was raped. You've all heard the rumors. Do not trust rumor alone. Look with your own eyes upon the evidence and put rumor to rest, and her ghost as well. Virtue, violated and wasted by the black Tarquin prince. The king, his father, took Rome by force, as the son, given his father's same callous instincts, took this beauteous part of Rome. Would our tears, instead of falling into her wound to add more sting, could water this flower back to life? She is gone forever. And we Romans remain to avenge her. But let justice temper revenge. For it is justice that lends blind fury eyes. Men, brothers, and sisters of Rome, let your eyes, your oppressed eyes, now burn with rebellious fire that all your collective tears cannot put out. Look upon the body of this ravished woman and know the abuse of non-consent, tyranny which preys on all. If Lucrece is raped, which of your daughters or wives will be safe? Non-consented seduction like a lusty lion will stalk with impunity. Oh, admirable woman, worthy of endless praise for what your lethal hand did resolve. Shall we men show less resolution? You're gone. By your death, you answered the tyrant's savage insolence and punctured his legitimacy with a dagger. Therefore, you closed your life, forfeiting all of its pleasures, so as not to suffer the indignities of rumor. After this example, what Roman among you can show less courage, less resolute heart, when this sacrifice mocks your small lives with her mighty death? Let's take up arms now when fate gives us leave against these criminals, these rapists of Rome and Lucrece. Let us not be vanquished dogs barking in the dark, quailing at an imaginary wolf. Oh, Rome, your sinews have grown soft. You bark at mice. None of these mouse-like men pretending to be giants. Seize the hand of fate, as I now seize Lucrece's hand that ended her own life, and give back Rome its life by ending theirs. The Roman populace, led by the army, answered the rape of Lucrece by exiling the king, and the prince, having fled like a guilty dog, was caught outside Ardea and assassinated. Thus, Lucrece's death fertilized the flower of freedom. Her body and Roman soil are one, not in burial alone, republican wing and scattered a seed on the monuments of time. The gods decree justice, and Rome is free of tyranny. Freedom